Have you ever really stopped to think about why the world looks the way it does to you? Well, today we're diving into a pretty mind-blowing secret. Your brain doesn't just see the world. Nope, it actively builds the reality you experience every single second. So, let's get into it. Think about this for a second. It happens all the time, right? Maybe it was a controversial call in a football game or the exact details of a fender bender. How is it possible for two people to see the very same thing but walk away with completely different stories? That's the exact mystery we're going to solve today. You see, the solution to that mystery isn't found in our eyes, but in our brains. It's so easy to think of our eyes as little video cameras, just passively recording whatever is in front of us. But the truth, well, it's way more interesting than that. Your brain is more like an artist, an interpreter, taking in raw data and spinning it into a story that makes sense. So let's just get a solid definition out there. Visual perception is an active process. Your brain is constantly interpreting the information that your eyes feed it. This means your brain is always on the job, turning these little flashes of light into the rich, detailed world you see around you. It's not a recording, it is a full-blown construction project.
And this right here is the absolute key. Everything you see gets filtered through this massive personal library of memories, experiences, and knowledge that you've built up your entire life. So what you perceive isn't just what's out there, it's what your brain decides to make of it.
So how does the brain pull this off? Well, it uses two incredibly powerful engines, and sometimes they're even competing with each other. Think of them as two different assembly lines for building your reality. Okay, so first up, we've got bottom-up processing. This is your brain just dealing with the raw, pure data. Imagine you're putting together a jigsaw puzzle, but you've got no picture on the box to go by. What do? You just look at the raw shapes, the colors of the pieces, and try to fit them together. That's bottom up. You're starting from scratch with the sensory details. But then there's top-down processing. Now imagine you do have the picture on the puzzle box. You're using that final image, your expectations, to guide you. You know the sky pieces go at the top, the grass pieces go at the bottom. You're using a big picture idea to interpret the little pieces. That's your brain using its past experience to make some really smart guesses about what it's seeing. So let's just quickly compare the two. Bottom-up starts with your eyes, with the raw data, and builds up. Top-down starts in your brain, with your experiences and expectations, and works its way down. And really, our perception is this constant, beautiful dance between these two processes. And this is just so important to get. Top-down processing means your brain is basically a prediction machine. It's constantly guessing, okay, based on this context, what am I probably about to see? It's incredibly efficient. It's the reason you can read your friend's messy handwriting or recognize someone you know from way down the street. Your brain is already filling in the blanks for you. Now, to make all these predictions and organize everything so quickly, the brain has a sort of rule book, a set of mental shortcuts. Psychologists call them the Gestalt principles. Think of them as your brain's built-in software for making sense of all the visual chaos. Let's check out a couple. All right, first on the list is the law of proximity. It's a really simple rule, but it's so powerful. Our brains just automatically group things together that are close to each other. Look at this. You're not seeing 9 individual dots, are you? No way. Your brain, instantly, without you even thinking about it, clumps them into 3 separate groups. It's totally automatic. Next up, we have the law of closure. This one is all about our brain's obsession with things being complete. It will literally fill in missing information just to see a whole, finished shape. That's exactly why you see a circle and a square here, even though they're not fully drawn. The lines are broken, but your mind just jumps in, fills in those gaps because it much prefers a complete picture to a bunch of broken pieces. And one more for today, the law of common direction. This is where our brain takes any elements that look like they're moving in the same direction and lumps them together as a single unit. Think about a flock of birds flying overhead. You don't see hundreds of individual birds flapping around. You see one thing, a flock. Their shared movement kind of fuses them together in your mind into one single flowing object. Okay, so let's recap. We've got the raw data coming in from the bottom up. We've got the brain's predictions coming from the top down. And we have these Gestalt rules organizing everything. Now, let's put it all together and finally solve that perception puzzle. Let's use a classic example, seeing shapes in the clouds. So, step 1, bottom up. Your eyes just detect some random, puffy, white shapes. That's it. Then step 2, top-down processing kicks in. Your brain starts flipping through its giant mental catalog of images, dogs, cars, faces, and tries to find a match. And then, bam, step 3. A meaningful image just appears. Your brain didn't find a dog in the clouds, it created one. Which brings us all the way back to that big question we started with. If we're all looking at the same world, the same raw data, why do our versions of reality end up being so different? And here's the answer. While the bottom-up information we get from our senses is pretty much the same for everyone, our top-down processing is totally 100% unique to each of us. Your memories, your culture, your mood, your expectations, they all act like this powerful, personal filter that shapes the world into your subjective reality. So we don't see things as they are, we see things as we are. So, I want to leave you with this final thought. If we know that our brain is actively building our reality every single day, the really powerful question becomes, what kind of reality are you building for yourself? What are you choosing to see?